What is up, everybody? This is Erik, the one and only Bear Collector, and today I'm gonna be reviewing another game that's really dear to me. That I actually played. Not back in the days, but more around the mid 2000s. It was a series. To put it simply, it was a time where emulation. I discovered emulation on video games. I was having so much fun playing both games that I've never played on the NES when I was a kid, as well as games on like the Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color, and not only North American release games, but also Japanese games that I was kind of like, whoa, this is excellent. I mean, my experience with playing Japanese games has always been a big one, going back to the PlayStation era, which would have been around the same time as the Game Boy Advance and all of that. But anyways, the game that I'm referring to is the legendary Starfy for the Nintendo DS. Now, before I get more into detail, let's talk about this great underrated gem. This game came out back in June of 2008. And you star as the legendary Starfy, Prince Starfy, out to help a... Sorry, I said 2008. The game came out in June of 2009. I apologize. But anyways, you play the great Prince, legendary Starfy, out to help this bunny guy out, whose name is revealed to be, I think, Bunston, along with his friend Mo the Clam, to go help him regain his memory, as well as regain some lost crystal shards. Now, what does that remind you of? And I'll get that in a minute. So anyways, the game is a 2D side-scrolling platformer, and the game is very reminiscent to Kirby. They compare it so much to Kirby, and I do agree, but it's a little different because it's more underwater style. It is a 2D side-scrolling platformer, but with some elements of underwater exploration. But definitely, all in all, is very similar to it. You collect money to buy power-ups as well as costumes that gain different abilities. And each ability has a special feature, kind of like in Kirby. But instead of inhaling the enemies, you collect the costumes. Now, here's where this game, I want to say this game, for people who never play the Japanese games of Starfy, this game is kind of like a mystery. It just came and went. It came on the DS, made a big splash, and then it went off into the sunset, never to really be spoken about, as far as I've seen in a lot of people's reviews and stuff. But the legendary Starfy started its series back in the Game Boy Advance. There was a legendary Starfy 1, 2, 3, and 4. During those times, or before I got this game, or before this game ever came out, I was already familiar with the series, and I had a lot of fun playing those 4 games. Even though you needed some knowledge of Japanese, you can still, all in all, play the games. They weren't that difficult to play. There were a set of Japanese games that were okay to play if you didn't know Japanese. But lo and behold, came the legendary Starfy for the DS. Now, this is the 5th installment of the series, and I read that the developers kind of wanted to introduce the game to the US market, and they kind of took the ideas from the last Starfy games and meshed it into this one, into this new game, which would be really easy for the US audience to pick up and familiarize with Starfy. Now, I would suggest that if you guys haven't played the Japanese ones, go ahead and download them or buy the games and play them. This game in particular is not really a game that's too expensive to own, but I get the feeling that pretty soon this game is going to be expensive. Although in the last couple of years, when I bought my copy, I bought my copy many years ago, and you know, I enjoy it and everything. Love the book. This is a really good book. You know, it wasn't that bad. You guys should get into it and get this game, because I have a strong feeling that this game is gonna be an expensive game to own later down the line, once a lot of people find out about it. which I mean it sold a lot of copies when it came out, a lot of copies, but for some reason it's one of those games that have been forgotten in time. Now the one thing I'll say is that I forgot to mention, although it's Nintendo, it was developed by Tosei, and Tosei were the same people who also co-developed and helped develop the game Super Princess Peach. So the same developers who made Super Princess Peach made this one as well. But all in all, very fun game. Highly recommend you guys playing the Game Boy Advance series as well as this one. You guys won't regret it because this is a very cool game. If you guys like Kirby, this is a good one to play. In my opinion, I feel like this game is another game that Nintendo should bring out to the Switch. Highly would please. I hope that they bring this one out. This is one of those games that deserves to be remade as well as get an additional sequel to the series. Even though there's 6 in the series, I think they should do like a legendary Starfy greatest hits, and bring it, localize it to the US, and I think it will be a great game to have. You guys won't go disappointed because this is a fun one. But anyways, you guys enjoy the gameplay footage of the game. I had a lot of fun playing the game. It brought back memories. It was fun times when I had discovered emulation and played those games, and then to find out that wishing that it would have made a English release, and lo and behold, soon after this came out. Great game to play. You guys don't let it pass by. Enjoy the gameplay footage of the game. You guys take care. Have a fun watching it. Thank you for watching. This is Eric, the Bear Collector. You guys take care. Peace out.
Hi.